A special thank you to our great sponsors: Jack Burford Chevrolet, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goebel, Luxury Pets, Express Roofing, we've got you covered, Faith Created, Assembly of God Church, ScenicCabin.com, Equipment, Sales and Rentals, give Sean a call, Tatum Enterprises, Richmond Tourism, WKYT.com, Time Warner Cable, Madison County Schools, First Gear, Pro Signs, Berea Online, and Rosenbaum Communications. Madison County School Sports is proud to have Journey Auto and Boat Sales as the official sponsor of the Madison Central Marching Band on MCS TV.
Hey everyone, my name's Alex, and I want you to watch MadisonCountySchoolSports.com.
Hello everyone, I'm Madison County School Superintendent Elmer Thomas, and I want to thank you for watching Madison County School Sports Television.
Follow Madison County School Sports Television on Twitter, or like us on Facebook, MCS TV, and of course, watch all of our videos on YouTube. This program is sponsored by Cumberland Valley National Bank and Trust. Visit their new location in Berea.
Welcome to the Coach John Clark Show. Hi, I'm Samantha Burford with Madison County School Sports Television. We want you to watch the head coach John Clark Show of Madison Southern Eagles.
If you want to learn about these guys, tune in to Madison County School Sports Television. Let's go. Let's go.
Harris set up both of those for them. They've
Absolutely.
played before.
AJ scored on an outside run play on a toss right down on the goal line after one of Damien's long runs, and then Dawson scored on a 1-yard run up the gut from the fullback position on one of Damien's long runs.
Yeah, he set him up nice.
Usually Damien's used to getting in the end zone on those. Yeah. Central's got some speed. They got some guys that can run them down from a right angle. I thought they did a good job of that. I really did. How
do you compare this team of Central's to last year's team? Because we know they're young.
Much more inexperienced, much more disciplined. They were more disciplined than they were last year.
Right.
And here's the thing. By discipline, I mean more sound. Like defensively, they were more sound than they were a year ago. Offensively, they're more schematically sound. They're just, they don't know what they're doing yet. I mean, that's the way we were year one.
Right.
Our guys did what we asked them to do. They just weren't very good at doing it yet because they weren't experienced. They'll get better. It's going to be a good team.
So you want to move in, I guess, do you want to stay in the first quarter, go into the second quarter? Let's talk about any defensive plays you want to talk about.
Well, one guy that we have to mention throughout the game, there's a couple actually. I think Aaron Sipple's playing outstanding right now. Aaron Sipple has 46 tackles in technically 2.5 games because the Rockcastle game was called at halftime.
Right.
And you're looking at 16 tackles a game.
Yeah.
Those are outstanding.
They announced his name a lot at the game.
He's all over the football field. Somebody is going to take a chance on Aaron Sipple at the next level, and it's going to pay off for him. Who? I don't know. Somebody's going to look over the fact that he's 5'10.5" and see a true throwback football player. And I know he'll make good on that.
Right.
Who that'll be yet, I don't know. But he's the most underrated linebacker in the state of Kentucky. There's no question about that.
I'd say a lot of people will agree with you.
Carter Smith broke a school record for sacks in a game.
Oh, I did not know that.
Carter had 4.5 sacks. He's the young freshman coming through off the edge, 4.5 sacks. He actually has 8.5 sacks in 2 games.
Okay.
And that's unbelievable numbers. Coming from anybody, let alone a freshman. So Carter's doing some really nice things. We do think he's going to be a very special player, as we mentioned before. Tristan Gyrod is a young man. He is a senior. He's playing the outside backer on the other side of Carter. Tristan's a senior, but he hasn't played a ton of varsity, so I would still consider him a young guy. Well, he started to play the way his experience, or he started to play the way he's physically capable of this week. Had a couple nice pass breakups, had a couple of tackles for loss, all over the field. He's a 4.8 40. He's a very athletic 200-pound guy on the edge. It just took time for him to gain experience for that athleticism to come out, and it started to really show this week.
Yeah.
So I was very proud of him and the way he played.
Well, we can't forget Sloan. I think he had a fantastic game as well.
Yeah, Sloan plays well. I mean, and that's what our offense is. And he knows we're going to run the ball first, but we need a quarterback that can manage the game well. And I thought he did an outstanding job of managing it. We checked a lot of plays. He was checking things the way we wanted him. He managed to play well. We didn't have delay of games. We jumped in and out of no huddle a little bit. So Aaron's doing a really nice job of running the offense right now. Absolutely is.
Yeah. Who else offensively do you want to talk about?
JD. I mean, I'll tell you, the two that get no recognition are J.D. Dean and John Lamb. And I'm going to tell you what, if, this game's on YouTube, right? You can go back and watch this game online.
Absolutely. Yep.
If you're a coach out there trying to teach your kids how to block at the receiver position, you need to go watch John Lamb and J.D. Dean, because they are putting on clinic tape on how to stock block and crack block. I mean, they are on their guys until the whistle blows. They are putting guys on their back. They are downfield. Effort is 120%. Putting people, and a lot of receivers don't like that. It's not the sexy thing to do, is to be a blocking receiver.
Right.
But their effort and their technique that they're using to block downfield has everything to do with our offense going the way it is.
Right. That's fantastic. And they're smiling at home watching.
Well,
well-deserved.
They're outstanding players right now.
Yeah.
If they don't do what they're doing, we aren't putting up the running numbers that we are right now.
Right.
Period.
Now, there was some speculation, and I think it's true, that Harris, Damien, he got a little sick right before halftime. It wasn't because he was really sick. He's not.
It's funny, after the game, a lot of people were asking me about that.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. I thought, I don't understand what the big deal was.
Yeah. I didn't personally see it, but I had people asking me about it.
Since I've heard people saying, well, he was sick all week. And no,
No.
He ate a big dinner.
Yeah.
It was hot and
it
humid.
was hot.
He ran for 318 yards.
Yeah.
There was one point in the game where he had 7 carries for like 200 yards.
Yeah.
That's a lot of yards on a few carries. He just threw up.
Yeah.
He's fine.
And he was fine.
Yeah.
And I think he proved that coming back in.
Yeah, he was okay. I got all these questions after the game about it, and I was like, I don't understand what we're talking about, but I guess I didn't realize everybody thought that was a pretty big deal.
There was lots of people that saw it because,
yeah, he's right there.
People,
yeah.
I'm sure you know this. So many people, whether they're Southern fans or Central fans, there are people coming to your game just to specifically watch him because
why not? He's the number one running back in the country.
Exactly. So all eyes, at that part.
I would come watch him if I wasn't coaching him.
Yeah.
He's a very unique player, but he does get sick if he overeats and it's hot out, just like the rest of us do.
Just like anybody else would do.
That's exactly right.
But you know what? He came right back. You'd never know.
Yeah. And it was just a deal where his food didn't sell.
And next week you might have somebody else getting sick. But the weather is getting cooler.
And we're looking forward to that.
Maybe don't feed them as much.
Yeah.
No, those guys eat a lot.
Yeah, we do. And pregame meal, we restrict them to certain things. Pregame meal. We did have some. We had a Bethel Baptist church, and they serve chicken breast about yay big. So
like those big turkey legs you see at the park.
It's huge.
Like
so that's probably what it was.
Yeah, probably. All right, Coach, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about the second half, and we'll get into Dunbar. And we got to talk about, the helicopter ride in by Coach Stoops.
Absolutely. Everybody's looking forward to that conversation.
Everybody is. All right, we'll be right back right here at Cumberland Valley National Bank.
A special thank you to our great sponsors. Jack Burford Chevrolet, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goebel,
Luxury Pets,
Express Roofing, we've got you covered, Faith Created, Assembly of God Church, ScenicCabin.com, Equipment, Sales and Rentals, give Sean a call, Tatum Enterprises, Richmond Tourism, WKYT.com, Time Warner Cable, Madison County Schools, First Gear, Pro Signs, Berea Online, and Rosenbaum Communications. Madison County School Sports is proud to have Journey Auto and Boat Sales as the official sponsor of the Madison Central Marching Band on MCS TV.
Run, 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 run!
Burford with Madison County School Sports Television. We want you to watch the head coach John Clark show of Madison Southern Eagles.
If you want to learn about these guys, tune in to Madison County School Sports Television. Let's go.
This program is sponsored by Cumberland Valley National Bank and Trust. Visit their new location in Berea.
Welcome back to MadisonCountySchoolSports.com. We're here today with Coach John Clark. In fact, we're here for the Coach John Clark Show. It is Tuesday night after the big win against Madison Central. And we've talked about the first half, so let's move into the second half.
Second half, we knew we were receiving. One thing I think our staff does a really great job with is adjustments. I think we're doing a better job even now during the game, but at halftime when we really get a chance to sit down in front of the boys and make adjustments. You look back through our program in the 4 years that we've been here, we tend to put together some pretty nice scores on the first or second play coming back in the second half.
Yes.
I know you guys have probably noticed that in covering our games. Those are halftime adjustments that we make. We made a halftime adjustment to something we saw in the first half.
And it worked. He went 66 yards.
We felt it would pop first play, so we ran it, and it worked out well. It worked out really well. We were excited about it.
And Damien Harris had 2 more touchdowns after that.
Yeah, he played an outstanding game. He really did play an outstanding game.
Yeah. What else do you want to talk about in the second half? Because we've talked a lot about your players already.
Defense did a great job. One thing, there's different kinds of defensive schemes out there. We've switched to something. That's another thing about our defense this year. We're playing a different defensive scheme than we played last year.
Okay.
So even though we have young and inexperienced players on the field, even the veterans are doing new things.
Right. It's new to everybody.
It's a brand new defense this year. So it takes time. It's like a new car. You gotta run it. You gotta take it on the interstate and run it wide open to kind of seal the valves and stuff in it a little bit.
Right.
You gotta break it in.
We're still
breaking in that new car a little bit on our defense. I thought they did a great job in the second half. People get concerned about yardage. I don't care about yards. I care about points.
Right.
So I'm okay if we bend a little, but don't break down the field. I think we're doing a really nice job defensively of bending a little here and there, but also not giving up. We didn't give up a lot of big plays Friday nights, and that's an important thing in our defense. So
correct.
I was really happy with the way they played.
Yeah, because Central had the momentum going into the half. I mean, they scored the field goal.
Yeah.
So, coming back out, you guys were
I was actually really happy with the field goal, though.
Okay.
I thought our defense did a great job of holding right before half. Given the position they were in, I was really glad to walk away with just a field goal.
Okay.
I really was.
Right.
Then, our kicking game, I think is going pretty well right now. Garrison Watson's doing a great job on the extra points, field goals, kickoffs.
I think a lot of people would agree.
One thing I would say is we're not covering kickoffs as well as we were last year. Our group last year took it way more serious. The average starting point for the other team is higher this year. The average line of scrimmage they're starting from is too far down the field right now.
Okay.
And it's not that Garrison's kicking the ball too short. We're not covering the field as fast as we were, and we should be because we're a faster team. It's something we are addressing with our guys right now.
Right.
Our goal on a kickoff return, on any punt, kick return is we're not going to give up 10 yards because 10 yards is the first down. If we can hold them under 10 yards, it's going to take a first down for them to get to a certain point.
Right.
So we want to give up very few 10-yard increments throughout the game.
Yeah.
So that's the goal for us on special teams too, and we're not doing that on kickoff right now, but we're fixing it.
Anything else second half you want to discuss?
No, I think we played a pretty good game. We had one turnover there in the second half, and it was just a
interception.
Learning when to throw the lob ball and when to throw the heat ball.
Right.
When to throw it on a rope and when to put some touch on it, and that's going to come. That's okay. We're still working on some things. It's early in the season. Technically we only played 2.5 games, not 3.
Exactly.
And a half of another game. That's a lot right now.
Right.
So we're still making adjustments and learning what we do well and what we need to work on.
So we have several Twitter questions for you. Of course, many of them were just saying best game they've ever seen Southern play.
I think we played well Friday night. I was really excited about the way we played.
Yeah, they were really excited. They said they've been watching you and your team, and this is the best game they've seen so far.
That's awesome to hear people say.
Now, of course, the other questions are, why was Damien in at the end of the game? Were
Yeah.
I don't think you had intentions of running the score up, or
That
did you?
that was a total mistake.
Okay.
He's not supposed to be in on the last play of the game. There's going to be some kinks with me being in the box. I was coming down at the end of the game to shake hands. He should not have been in.
Yeah.
He's been with us for 4 years now. To be honest, what happened is I don't think none of the coaches went to him and said, "You're out," under the assumption that he knew he was out.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the game, he said, "Well, nobody came and told me I was out." We thought, in the last 4 years in that situation, he's not in the game there.
Mm-hmm.
Total miscommunication. Not going to happen again, and not something that should have happened in the first place. I mean, ultimately, that's on me. He should not have been in the game on that last play.
Yeah.
That's total error. It wasn't a deal where we're trying to pad stats or anything. It shouldn't have happened.
There was another time, and I don't remember, I think it was in the last quarter, where him and another guy cracked helmets. I mean, it was loud.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a different play.
football's a
But,
collision sport.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's so worried about.
Yeah, that was a question.
A lot of people are really worried about it all the time. Like, what if he gets hurt? What if
Yeah.
anybody gets hurt?
Exactly.
I mean, what if he
and
got
you
hurt?
did. You had somebody get hurt, right?
Yeah. Hutch Howard, our
Yeah.
starting right tackle.
Did he tear up his ACL?
Maybe done for the season, and that's a big loss for us.
Yes.
But it's a collision sport. People are going to get hurt. You cannot be on the field scared of injury. Damien's the most physically put together young man on the football field on any given Friday night. He's the one I'm least concerned about being injured at this point. He squats 650 pounds or something. He's 210 pounds and runs like a deer.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about him.
Right.
And he's not either. We've got him in the best equipment money can buy. I mean, yes, he has a whole different future than a lot of these guys on the field do when it comes to this game. But he's protected. He's trained for this. He's physically prepared for it. He's in a concussion prevention helmet. I mean, he's in rib pads, and we're doing a lot of things to help protect that young man. And he's healthy. He's healthy. So, I don't freak out as much as everybody else does because he's going to hit. Sometimes I worry about the kid he's hitting more than I worry about him at this point. But, obviously we want him to stay healthy. There's a reason he doesn't carry the ball. It'd be easy to give him the ball 35 times a game. That's something I've heard for the last 4 years. Why didn't he have more carries? Why didn't he have more carries? He doesn't need to have more carries to win games.
Right.
Damien had 17 carries Friday night.
Well, then it's not really a team.
We won 42-11 with him carrying the ball 17 times.
Right.
And in the history of our program, when Damien carries the ball more than 24, we're not going to win the game because that's not what we're designed to do. So, we're not trying to give him the ball 30 times a game. So, but he's doing well when he's in there.
Well, thanks everybody for your Twitter questions.
Absolutely.
I think it's important.
I enjoy the Twitter question part.
I do too. It's nice to be interactive because that's what people are thinking.
Yeah, and I think people have questions. A lot of the questions that I end up getting are things that I get asked over the weekend or something else. But I think it's good to tweet us and ask questions. I think it's awesome. I encourage people to do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I do too. I agree. And so whenever after a home game, we always shoot the Coach John Clark show on a Tuesday. So tweet us your questions.
Fire at us.
Fire at us. Not really me. It's more you.
Fire at me.
I just receive.
Fire
Hats
at
off
me.
to you. We're not going to do any bank jokes though. We might get into some bank jokes eventually, since we are at Cumberland Valley National Bank. So
I was gonna use one, but she robbed it earlier.
Oh.
Get it?
Ha ha ha.
That's bad. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into more of the fun stuff. I mean, talking about your win is fun. People want to know about Coach Stoops flying in
Absolutely.
for the big hoopla of his helicopter. Granted, he could have driven, but I'm sure he was trying to make an impression on Harris and the rest of the Berea community because, of course, there might be somebody patting him on the back saying, "Great job, you should go to UK."
Yeah, I mean, it was.
They have helicopters.
I think this was the place to be on Friday night.
It was.
You had Congressman Barr was there.
Yes, he did the coin toss.
Stayed the whole game. Coach Stoops flies in on a helicopter, brings the ball on the field, stays the whole game.
And didn't you have another coach, an assistant UK coach
running
there
back coach
all
was
day?
there. Former UK basketball coach Joby Hall.
Yes.
He was there at the game.
Yes.
I mean, it was kind of the
place to be.
I remember 4 years ago, I was begging people to come to games, and now it's the who's who Kentucky at the games. But yeah, Coach Stoops, and he enjoyed the game. We talked about the game afterwards. You know, I like being able to have a conversation with him about, I saw you guys were trying to hit this and this looked good, and I like some of these things you're doing. And I'm
did
not
he
used
give
to
pointers,
that.
or did
I'm not
he...
used to that after the game. I'm not used to
Right.
coming off the field and having the media say, hey, I really saw you guys trying to stretch the field this way on this play and read this. So when I come over after the game and he's like, I see what you're hitting there, and I'm just like, hey, that's kind of cool, you know.
Yes.
And that's a neat thing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
One coach to the other, you know.
And I mean, he understands the importance of, I mean, obviously he knows how important Damien is in the recruitment process, what they're doing, and you know, they're pulling out all the stops just like everybody else is.
Right.
You know,
and I believe Damien went to Ohio State on Saturday.
He did. He had a trip to Ohio State this weekend. It was his official visit to Ohio State.
Okay.
So he left Saturday morning, and he had a good trip.
You have to know this. So many people in the state of Kentucky want him to stay here and play for our home school.
Just like everybody in the state of Ohio wants him to come there. I mean,
right. But and his mother, it's their decision. Absolutely. It's his mom and Damien's decision.
Absolutely. And
he's got to do what's best for him.
And just like any top prospect that's in his position,
right,
they get pulled harder to stay in their home state than anywhere else. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I think that makes it hard for people to decide to go out of state. But that's the purpose of people pulling so hard in state, is to keep them in state.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's no question that Kentucky's making it hard for him to leave Kentucky. I mean, there's no question that's the case, and that's their goal, and that's what they're doing, you know.
Yeah. People are counting down the weeks till he's going to make this decision.
And at the end of the day,
checking off the calendar.
At the end of the day, the thing I hope for him is just to make the best decision for his future.
Yeah.
And that's all I ever think about is the best decision for his future, and that he's got to live with it. You don't have to live with it. I don't have to live with it. We get to like it or not like it,
right?
But he's the one that has to live with it,
right?
And that's he through the recruiting process, a lot of coaches tell you a lot of things, but one thing that he consistently hears from all the college coaches, and this is very real, is there are two decisions he's going to make in his life that are the most important decisions in his life. One's going to be who he's going to marry. Mm-hmm. And the second one right now is going to be the choice of the path he chooses in his career. Mm-hmm. Those are two of the biggest decisions he'll probably ever make at this point. So yeah, this is a big decision. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I don't have to make it.
Right.
I'll be honest. I would not want to be in his shoes.
Right.
So, but he's doing a great job with all of it. He really is.
Well, we've discussed on past shows, all the rumors of different things. So don't tweet us those questions, because he's already answered all the rumors and all that. So go back to our old shows, watch those, okay?
Absolutely.
That's what we want to tell everybody, because we've put all that out there already. And the thing is no matter where he goes, I think people, of course, like we said, they want him to go to UK.
Sure.
But no matter where he goes, the community of Madison County is going to be supporting him no matter where he goes.
Well, and that's the thing that I try to tell him, too, is whatever decision he makes,
we're going to start watching
that
that
love
team.
him and are truly close to him, we're going to support him no matter what he does, no matter what happens. I mean, and I've seen it before. A young man like him, all these expectations on his shoulders. Mm-hmm. So, what happens if he goes to college? God forbid he gets injured. Where's everybody going to be then? Well, we're still going to be there for him. And because I've seen it a million times, is sports is a what have you done for me lately thing. It's that way with coaches. Mm-hmm. It's that way for players. You see players all the time that they love them when they're winning the Super Bowl, and then the next season they're not doing what they want them to do, and they're ready to throw them to the curb. That's exactly right. And I try to tell him not to get too high or too low about how people feel about you, because what really matters is your core group of family and friends that loved you before this, are going to love you no matter what you choose, no matter if you end up being the greatest running back to ever play the game, or if you end up working in business the rest of your life. The people that really care about you, it's not going to matter. It's that you do your best at whatever it is you end up doing.
Exactly.
Because there's no guarantees.
All right.
Just because he's blessed doesn't mean it's a done deal for him in any regard.
Forever.
Yeah. I mean, it's
next year
everybody's got a
story.
short clock when it comes to football. Everybody's with his ability, even everybody's clock is only going to tick for so long. I mean, it's going to run out of time. Everybody's got a limited amount of time in their body and opportunity. The game changes. Running backs aren't the commodity they were 10 years ago, 15 years ago in the NFL, even in college. Now it's mobile quarterbacks. It's a different kind of game now.
Yeah.
So that could change again soon. So with it being ever changing, and we just wanted to make a decision where he's going to be happy.
Well, and I'm going to put this out there. A lot of people, like we said, want him to go to UK, but there's a lot that don't, because they don't want him to end up. It's a different position, but they don't want him to be the Tim Couch.
Yeah, and you know what? And it's not fair either way.
Right.
He's not Tim Couch.
Right.
He's not anybody that's ever gone to UK before.
Right.
But at the same time, it's also a lot to put on a kid's shoulder that, and I know people tell him this now. People tell him you're going to be the savior of UK football. But the reality of it is find a program anywhere in the country that one player can save. And they're not, he's not going to be the savior of the program. They're going to save the program through through years of bringing in good recruits.
Exactly.
So
not just one.
But when you hear that, that's a lot of weight to put on a kid's shoulders.
Yeah, especially at that age.
Absolutely. I mean, people forget he's 17. He is 17.
Right.
So we try to kind of play that down and just say,
Yeah.
you don't have to be the savior of anywhere. Just go be the best you can be wherever you choose to go.
Yeah. This
That's
conversation got really serious.
It's a serious decision.
And it is. But it got really serious. All right, so let's talk about your word of the week.
Word of the week this week is toughness.
Toughness. Where'd you come up with that?
Well, we're playing a physical, fast football team.
With Dunbar.
We've got some adversity this week. We've got one of our starting linemen is down. We've got some, back into school. Kids are sick. Every week I feel like somebody's different is sick during the week. We're going into game 4. You've got some guys dinged a little bit. We're going to have to physically and mentally be tough to come through some adversity to play a great game Friday. This is not a team, this is not a team that you can make mistakes against and win.
Right.
Very good football team we're playing this
Yeah.
week. They're 3-0 for a reason. They are fast. They are physical. They are well coached, and they are improving quickly. And anybody that's watched them play or followed this team sees how quickly they're turning things around. So we're going to have to put our hard hats on, play a physical, tough football game, and overcome any adversity that comes our way. I mean, we can't, starting lineman's down. Well, we're not going to call and cancel.
Right.
We still got to go play it.
Right.
So we've got to have the toughness to do what we need to do to make it work.
And then the following week, you guys are off that week, correct?
We are.
Okay.
So, and that's kind of why toughness is this week is we need to bear down and do whatever it takes to get the job done this week. And then we can kind of recover and get everybody back to full strength the next week.
And then the week after that, you're back at home. And
We're
that's
back at home.
Homecoming.
It's homecoming, I think
I'm
it
going
is.
with memory.
Is
yeah,
it?
I think it is. Okay,
South
good. They're
Wall.
telling us yes.
I just know it starts district play.
Yeah.
And that's, district play from here on out, this
You
is
had a
what
homecoming
matters.
king last year, so we'll see if we can continue the
That'd be
the
something,
success of that. If
Yeah.
you just every year, let's just move them out of
Come out to the homecoming parade. It's the night before. Always exciting. It's. I mean, if you didn't get a chance to come to a game yet this year, you got to come. I mean, the atmosphere is truly amazing.
Yeah.
Even Coach Stoops said, you can go anywhere in the nation. He said this atmosphere here is truly electric.
It was incredible.
Right now. I mean, it's as exciting of a high school football atmosphere you'll find anywhere in the nation right now.
So the two guys that ran out pregame,
Yeah.
what were they doing with the sticks?
The hammers.
Hammers, okay. See, I call it a stick.
Sledgehammers. They aren't sticks. They're 16-pound sledgehammers. That's something we've done from day one. Have you never noticed that before?
No, because I guess I'm up there paying attention and doing
Wow.
stats on
Okay. Well, that's okay.
I've missed that.
That's okay.
Okay, so
we have a
sledgehammer.
hammer. I'm amazed after Rockcastle we didn't talk about this because that's all they wanted to talk about. We have a sledgehammer that represents, it's a hammer award. It represents who kind of brought the wood the week before, who really put on the hard hat in the game before, and who's kind of earned the right to come out and bring the sledgehammer to this game because of the way they played the week before.
Okay.
It's a big honor on our defense. Aaron Sipple had earned it the week before. Damien's playing really well right now. For the first time in school history since we've done this, we felt it was just the perfect storm given the history.
Yeah.
These two guys have been playing together for 4 years here.
Yeah.
Aaron and Damien are both 4-year starters. And they're playing like that. And to get a chance to go 2-0 in their high school career against Central, it just, knowing all the kids, it just felt right to let them both bring out a hammer and just kind of lay it down.
All right. So now I know.
That was exciting for our team, by the way, to have those two guys come out and bring hammers out. And I think it was.
And they got really excited.
Wow. We've never done that.
Yeah.
We've never done two.
It was so exciting. I personally, on my phone, videotaped the beginning of the game between the tunnel and the.
Did you see the band and our pregame stuff?
I did.
That's pretty neat.
It was impressive.
There's some fun stuff going on.
I videotaped it and put it out on Facebook.
There's fun stuff going on in our football games right now.
Lots of baby powder in the students.
I love it.
Lots of baby powder.
I love it.
So, what have we missed? What do we need to talk about?
Come out and support us this week if you get a chance. I mean, we're up in Lexington, but I tell you what, it's their homecoming. They're a good football team. We can use everybody around here. We've traveled well in the past.
Yes.
We've been a good road team. I expect us to play well Friday night, and we are improving. But there's a lot of adversity going in there. It's a good team. And notice how I've said that 3 or 4 times. I don't think people understand how talented this ball club is. Last year, people were surprised when we won the game because they missed a field goal. Mm-hmm. They're better than they were last year. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a tough opponent, very tough opponent, which is what we need. We need to play tough teams to get to that next level.
You're exactly right, and to make it through the tournament.
Absolutely.
At the end.
This game is going to help us down the road.
Exactly.
But we want to win it too.
And you're expecting a win.
I mean, we expect to win every time we go into a game now. But there's games like this where you can't make mistakes and expect to win.
Right.
You've got to play well.
All right. If that's it. I always give you the last word.
That's it.
No bank jokes.
I'm
fresh out. That's bad when we start finishing each other's sentences. Coach, thank you. Congratulations on your win last week, and good luck against Dunbar.
Thank you, and if you show up Friday, we'll be there. You can bank on that.
I knew we'd get it in. We want to thank Cumberland Valley National Bank because they're our new sponsor, and they've allowed us to come in. It's close to you.
I love
that
it's next door. I mean, literally, I got like 30 minutes more of prep time in tonight.
Next time we expect footballs, you can bring.
I'll bring the whole team in here if you want.
Bring them in.
I'll bring the whole team in here.
We can. All right. Thanks for watching the Coach John Clark Show, and it'll be, I guess, 2 weeks before we see you again.
We'll see you then.
All right. Thanks for watching.
This program is sponsored by Cumberland Valley National Bank and Trust. Visit their new location in Berea. A special thank you to our great sponsors: Jack Burford Chevrolet, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goebel,
Luxury Pets,
Express Roofing, we've got you covered, Faith Created Assembly of God Church, ScenicCabin.com, Equipment Sales and Rentals, give Sean a call, Tatum Enterprises, Richmond Tourism, WKYT.com, Time Warner Cable, Madison County Schools, First Gear, Pro Signs, Berea Online, and Rosenbaum Communications.
Hi, I'm Samantha Burford with Madison County School Sports Television. We want you to watch the head coach John Clark Show of Madison Southern Eagles.
If you want to learn about these guys, tune in to Madison County School Sports Television. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey everyone, my name's Alex, and I want you to watch MadisonCountySchoolSports.com.
Hello everyone, I'm Madison County School Superintendent Elmer Thomas, and I want to thank you for watching Madison County School Sports Television.
Follow Madison County School Sports Television on Twitter, or like us on Facebook, MCS TV. And of course, watch all of our videos on YouTube. Madison County School Sports is proud to have Journey Auto and Boat Sales as the official sponsor of the Madison Central Marching Band on MCS TV.
According to the Centers for Disease Control, the definition of binge drinking is having 5 drinks over the course of 2 hours. When done excessively, this may eventually lead to memory loss, unwanted pregnancy, and sexually transmitted diseases, cancer, excessive vomiting, alcohol poisoning, and possibly death.
Nathan, can you hear me?
If you don't want to swallow any of this, chances are the next tube you put in your mouth won't be a good time. For more information on binge drinking, please visit the Centers for Disease Control website at www.cdc.gov.
The following is in smokeless tobacco: cadmium, formaldehyde, lead, nicotine, nitrosamines, polonium-210, hydrazine, benzopyrene, and uranium-235. Don't be a dip. Don't dip.